everybody. Hey, how's everybody doing? It's actually a really nice day today, isn't it? It's actually nice and bright and sunshiny, a little bit cold, but yeah, lovely, lovely day. So if you are here managing to get on here live, just pop a hey in the comments, say hello, join in, let's have some fun today. And if you're catching it up on replay later, then just put a hashtag replay in for it later on. So we'll just wait a moment, see who's hopping on live, and yay! Okay, right, so today this one is a great one for you. And it's one that we cover such a lot in my NLP training. So what I want you to start off doing is just look around you. Look around you right now. Whatever you're doing, just look around you and just tell me what you can see. Because you've probably got a phone, your computer, I've got a laptop, you've got a table, your notebook, a coffee cup, whatever it is. The lights are on, we've got Wi-Fi, we've got water and electricity. So just have a look around you and see what amazing things you can see. Because everything started out just as a thought. It was an idea, wasn't it? Everything we've got around us right now was in somebody's imagination to start off with. It was someone's dream. And everything has then gone from an idea to reality. Our mind is such an absolutely magical thing. We really do have the power to create whatever future we want, because it all starts off as a thought. We've all probably got a story of something you wanted to see, something you wanted to be or do or create, experience, whatever it might be. And you eventually did it. So we've all got a story, haven't we, where we've literally had an idea and then we've actually done something about it. Now, when you first had that thought, it probably seemed a really long way off. When you first started thinking about it, not knowing how you were going to do it or that it was even possible for you, but somehow you turned it into reality. Because everything that's on the outside of us, everything that exists in our outside world, must first exist in our mind first, because otherwise we couldn't comprehend it. So we create our own reality. And beneath all of those thoughts, there is something even deeper that shapes our thoughts and our feelings, and which in turn dictates our behaviour, how we behave, how we act, what we do, what action we take or don't take, and therefore our results. And it's something that literally underpins every action that we take and how we respond to the world, our circumstances, situations around us. These are our beliefs. They are the rules of your life. It's the scripts that run everything for us. It's what we accept as our current reality. It's a thought that you've decided, either consciously or unconsciously. And it's what you've decided is then the truth. It's what we think we can and can't do. So it's all based on action. If you want to know what a person actually believes, just notice what they do. Not what they say that they believe. We believe in gravity, and we act as if it exists, don't we? We don't try and test it out. We accept that it's there. So our beliefs they're formed by all of our past and current experiences. Then we act as if they are true, and they almost become those self-fulfilling prophecies. They determine our results for us. Now, one of the first obstacles that stands between our desires and our results, it rarely comes from outside, no matter what we kind of tell ourselves, about situations that have happened to us or whatever. No matter what whatever happens, it's usually, it comes from the inside rather than the outside. Your mind can really be your greatest ally, or it can be your biggest roadblock. These rules, they can empower you. They can give you your permission to go out and get those goals and those aspirations that you want to go and get, or they can become obstructions and obstacles in your way. They lead you to then believe that you're just not capable of getting them. They're the rules, of whether we fail or we succeed. Now, you have to believe that your goals are possible for you, otherwise you will not even try and achieve them. You'll self-sabotage yourself. And it doesn't matter what's true, it's what you believe to be true. Now, you will probably have heard the saying, I'll believe it when I see it. It's something I know growing up was always something that was said. I'm going to just challenge you with that and say that I want you to consider that a more appropriate saying is that I'll see it when I believe it. So switch them round. One of my favourite ever quotes is from Henry Ford. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. Because whatever you believe, you will react to. The minute you tell yourself that you can't do something, that I'll never do that, it's just not possible for me, I don't deserve success, I'll never be rich, you are 100% right. You command your brain to shut down. Your mind and body will then follow. So one thing is for sure, limiting beliefs equals limited outcomes. To achieve any dream, you must first make a change at the belief level. And when you change your belief, you change everything. So if you think about now, I just want you to have a think about this. If you think about what stops you achieving your goal, the answer will very often be limiting beliefs. And the absolutely ridiculous thing is that many of these beliefs are passed down to us. And we've just innocently accepted them from others. From our parents, from our friends, from school, from, family, from social media. And then our brains tend to reinforce what we already believe. We look for evidence to support our beliefs. Just have a think about Friday the 13th. If we believe that it's unlucky, whatever doesn't go right that day, we will link it to it being Friday the 13th and we will justify it like that. The train being late, the internet going down, putting odd socks on or whatever it might be, we justify it because, and link it to that day. We cherry pick the information that confirms what we already know, and we absolutely just then ignore anything else to the contrary that may actually challenge that belief. Because we'd hate to be wrong, wouldn't we? We'd hate to be wrong ourselves. So rather than actually doing that, we're looking at to prove ourselves right all the time. I told you so. I knew I couldn't do that. And we're looking for everything to back it up every time. Now, the great thing is, as your beliefs are something that you've learned in the first place, they can also be changed. You can let go of these. You can get rid of them. You can release them. Remember that a belief is nothing more than a thought. You chose to believe it, and you can choose not to believe it. There's nothing physically holding that belief to you. There's no lock attaching it to you. So like any other thought, you can choose to dismiss it, to blank it, to ignore it, whatever it is. So for today, I want you to just consider the statement. Something that I believe about myself is, and finish that sentence. Write down the first thing that comes to mind. Let your thoughts just flow and just allow whatever comes up for you and just write it down. Even if when you're writing it down, you know, it looks strange, or you just think, no, I don't actually believe that anymore. Just offload it. Something that I believe about myself is, and write it down. Because for the moment, you are just going to be aware of it. Begin to watch and listen to what you're saying to yourself. That is the first key. And just notice which of your beliefs are making you unhappy. Which are the ones that are hurting you? Which are the ones that are really, really stopping you in your tracks? You know, what is that core master belief that keeps coming up? Because actually, if we can get rid of that core one, it's like a domino effect. So really practice becoming aware of what you're thinking. So what you are believing, write it down. So what is it that's stopping you getting what you want? And know then that at any moment you can change any thought. Anything is possible. So start crossing each one of those out as you write it, one by one, and do it with real grit and determination there. So when you're reading it, just dismiss it and say that with, you know, grit and determination. You can even write, you know, complete bullshit across it. You know, cross it out and write bullshit across it. And then ask yourself, what would you like to believe instead? What is the opposite of that belief, that one belief that you currently have? Because you need to know deep down, and I think you know this already, deep down inside of you, there's a part of you that already knows that that limiting belief is just complete bullshit for you. So play into that part of your mind. Let this part of your mind go wild. You know, what do you really want instead? Switch it around. Really argue your case for the other side, the other perspective of your current belief. And then I want you to decide on some new empowering beliefs that you are going to adopt instead. I want you to pick 5, write them out and read them to yourself every day. You know, the more that you practice, the more you're going to rewire your brain. You will establish new beliefs. They will become your new habits, your new normal. And that means you will act differently, you'll behave differently. And guess what? You're going to get better results for it too. Now, we really delve deep into our beliefs in my next NLP online diploma course that's coming soon. It's going to be a 5-day online course with some fabulous empowering beliefs for you that I'm going to get you to adopt. And so if you're interested in this course, before I actually release it, just drop me your name and your email and I'll get the details over to you before it's actually released. It's going to be £29 for 5 days of learning, you know, having a taster, introduction to what NLP really is. You know, and then you're going to get a certificate at the end of it, you know. And actually, if you're already ready to become an accredited NLP coach, I've actually just released the details of my next NLP accredited coach course. It starts in April, and if you book now, you can get £200 off too. Have a wonderful day. Really just have a go at blasting those beliefs. So write them all down, have a go and pop some in the comments and let me know how you get on. Have a fabulous day, everybody. See you soon. Bye.